Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for episode 149 of the MeepleCore Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple, and I'm joined by my co-host,
James Fitzgerald.
In this episode, we discuss Origins 2025 Game Fair. Enjoy the show. All right, so this is going to be a shorter episode than normal. We are minus one of our hosts right now. He is at a different, we're talking about George. He is at a different board gaming convention. He is a American Sign Language teacher, and he is at a deaf board gaming convention. I believe it's called DEF CON. Is that what he said?
That's what he said. Yeah.
That is what he said. Yeah. So it's DEF CON. It's a bunch of, people with hearing disabilities, and they get together and play board games. And he actually just has been going. I wish he was here, but he's been going for a really long time.
Yes. Unfortunately
for him, it happens to be a lot of the times on the same weekend as Origins. I am not able to go to Origins this year. However, we have boots on the ground with James, who's in a hotel room doing this podcast. So thanks, James, for lugging all your stuff up there.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Heck yeah. This is going to be, like I said, a shorter episode because it's mostly going to be James talking and me asking questions. This is, if I remember correctly, the 50th anniversary of Origins 2025. Yes. Well, not of 2025, 50, of Origins Game Fair.
Yeah.
Have you seen
50th anniversary? And I mean, they send a lot of pamphlets and stuff about it, but there's not really, you would think there'd be like 50th stuff all around, but no, it's the same opening with the dragon and their little mascot. That's the same thing they had last year. I thought they were going to have something big, spectacular for 50th, but if you didn't see the book that they gave you, you wouldn't know that it was 50th. But it's still a great con.
Do you go to the opening ceremony?
There's an opening ceremony.
Well, there is with Gen Con. I don't know if there's
with not Origins. One that I know of.
Oh, okay. So when you're saying opening, are you talking about like when you
there's a display where it says Origins, in the hallway of the convention center. It's like, you're entering Origins, and it's the same exact one they had last year. So I was thinking they were going to have some special, maybe even a gold dragon or something that says 50th anniversary. But no, like I said, you wouldn't really know it was the 50th if they didn't tell you in the book that they give you.
Man,
when you
that's wild. I expected them to have some 50th anniversary banners everywhere and all this other stuff. But my
badge doesn't even. Oh, it says in small letters, celebrating 50 years of gaming. I mean, it's very small under Origins, the big word of Origin. So,
well, fair enough.
Pretty much it.
I mean, I'm assuming it's really similar layout. You went last year, correct?
Yes.
It's really similar layout to last year then?
Yes, exactly the same.
Man, I like when they kind of redid the way that you come in and wherever that face is.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. When they moved it to there, they did a good job because it's a lot more, I guess, quicker to get through the line and all that stuff.
Last year, the line was really long. It took about 45 minutes, which wasn't too bad. I mean, that's not a bad wait with friends, especially if they were friends, you're just talking and having a good time. And this year, we got here about 11:30, checked in and went down there, and the line was half as long, and it took maybe 20 minutes. It was really quick.
I can't remember. Do you go Wednesday or do you just go Thursday and Friday?
I go Wednesday. Or Thursday. Wednesday through Sunday is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So we got there Wednesday morning. We got here Wednesday, checked in the hotel, and went down there, and then we got something to eat.
And for those of you who aren't familiar with Origins, it is Wednesday through Sunday, but Wednesday, the vendor or dealer hall is not open.
Correct.
They just have a lot of other events or trade day stuff and everything. What all did you get into on Wednesday?
Started the day with Crokinole. I mean, this is, I'd never played Crokinole before. And I was like, if we get late, I could miss it. If I don't get to play, cause there's always open tables throughout the con, but I had a good time. The first guy showed up. Crokinole is where you flick the disc and you're trying to, it was a very simple rule set. If you're the first person to go, or you don't have any of your opponent's disc out there, you've got to get it in the center circle or the exact bullseye, or you have to take the disc off the board. Otherwise, if some opponent's disc is out there, you have to hit your disc off one of their disc before it counts. If you miss their disc altogether, it goes off the board. And so whoever has the most, and each rings are worth points. So after we get all 8 discs out there of yours, either off the board or on the scoring. Whoever's the most scores 2 points. Who has the most score? Then you win the game by getting 10 points. It's pretty simple. It's actually really, really fun. I didn't expect it to be that much fun, but it was really fun. And I ended up, this guy sat down after 5 minutes. I was playing with this other guy and he just left. So I had an hour to kill. And I was like wondering what I'm going to do. And some other guy, this Indian guy showed up and he was really nice. He's like, oh, this is like a certain other game I've played. Carom. Yep. He's like, I played this all my life when I was growing up. Carom. I was like, oh no, I'm going to get my butt kicked. And I proceeded to get my butt kicked. And it was fun, but we had a great time. We were laughing because then first he beat me 10-0. Then I actually scored some points. I was like celebrating that I scored some points, but he still beat me. And he was talking about marbles. I was like, he had exhibitor on his tag. And I was like, who are you with? And he's like, Queen Games. And that's when it hit me. It's the owner guy of Queen Games.
Oh yeah.
He's the nicest guy, but yeah, I had a really great time with him. I was so glad he showed up because I was really quick and I was like, I have 55 more minutes is like what it was. And I was like before. And so he showed up and it made it even better. I mean, if it wasn't, they sell the boards there. And if they weren't $225, I'd probably buy one, but they were pretty expensive, but they're really nice boards. It's not like cheapo ones from Kmart. Well, that doesn't exist in Walmart.
I guess to fully explain this, if you've never heard of Crokinole or seen it, a lot of people obviously have, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that hasn't. But it's a dexterity game where you're flicking discs, and the board is usually like master crafted. It's like handmade, boards.
Wood.
There are Mayday games, I think, manufacturers some of them on the cheaper end, and I think those are still $100 or something.
Yes.
They're expensive. It's like having a really nice chessboard that you flick pieces across.
I could go through all the days of the games we played. Then I got into usually my schedule's usually filled with Queen games because they just had the most learn to plays and stuff like that. And there's always new ones to try with them. I tried Star Explorer. I was kind of on the fence. It's okay.
That's a Queen game?
Yeah, you draw constellations and the lead person he picks the number, and the numbers, the stars you have to draw, but you can't cross lines on the constellations. And if you go off the board or something, it costs you points. It was fun, but it wasn't one that really caught my attention to actually buy.
Is that new? I guess I haven't heard of that one.
It's relatively new. I think it's 2024.
Okay.
But it was good enough to play. I would definitely play it again, but I didn't feel like the replayability was there to buy it. It wasn't expensive. It's only like $20, so it's not that bad of a game price point. And
I think Queen Game does a lot, does really good with their pricing at conventions as well. They always have super good deals too.
And I got to play with Mariah, a friend of ours. She actually won that. I don't know if you remember Mariah, Jason's friend.
Yeah. Or is all the usual suspects there?
Yes, yeah. Okay, Jason and all his crew played Ethnos. I never played Ethnos before, and I played it at full count, and it was. I don't know if I recommend it at 6 players. It was because I was blue.
Is this the new version?
No, this is the guy had the old version of Ethnos, and it's area control, and you're playing sets of cards to put down your disc in that certain color. And each card is like a character, like a troll, an elf and stuff, and they'll have certain powers that kind of help you. And it just felt like I couldn't get the cards I needed. There'd be a tableau out there. And when you played cards, any cards in your hand, you discard them back to your tableau. And you play a card for a certain color and area, and you put one disc in there. And you have to, if you have one disc already in there, you got to play 2 cards. It's always one more card than how many discs you have out there in that area to play them. And so you're either playing all the same character or the same color when you make a set. And then that'll help you score based on at the end of each round, how many sets you have in front of you and how big those sets are. There's a table on the side of the board. And you also score each of the 6 areas and whoever has the most. And that number changes each round. There's 3 rounds total. My problem with it was, I think it'd be better with lower player count. Like the blue area was the most valuable one. I never got a blue card. I could never get in there.
And so that's randomized, right? If I remember correctly.
That's random.
Yeah.
And so 6 players, it always came, by the time it got to me, there's no blue cards or anything. And I even couldn't draw blue cards blindly from the deck. So that to me, I think that was what hurt it. It was good. I like the game. I like area control, but I think I'd like it better with 2 to 3 or 4 players, not the full count. I think that just was too much.
I've played it a handful of times, but I don't remember playing it with 6. We may have played it with 5 at the most, but typically I've played it with 4.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably better. I meant to check on Board Game Geek to see what the players recommend, the player count, how they recommend player count.
Yeah. Well, let's see. That's F knows. I know they have a new version coming out soon.
Yes, they have a 2nd edition, but there's also Arceus Society, which is just a re-theme.
It's like a re-theme.
Yeah, I've never played that either. So I've always wanted to play it. Yeah, I can see that because it's just, and it'd go faster with 6 because there's 3 dragon cards in the deck. And when you draw the 3rd dragon card, that round ends. So with 6 people, that deck is going down faster.
Yeah, so you got less stuff to do throughout the game.
So yeah, I think it's better. And yesterday was, like you said, the vendor hall opened and I spent too much money so far. But it was probably my best day of gaming. I played
on Thursday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Well,
Thursday. I'm sorry.
Before we move on to Thursday,
okay, sorry.
What else did you do on Wednesday? Or was the crokinole and kind of hanging out doing did you do any of the trade day stuff at all or just kind of hang out?
I did. I did sell some games. Some people met them, but that's it. There was just hanging out after FNOS. That was late last night. Hung out at the hotel room because it was shutting down. I mean, I was spying on my friend who was playing Mansions of Madness, seeing if he liked it or not.
First or 2nd edition?
2nd edition. They had the TV. I'm
going to be the minority here. I like 1st edition better.
No, I've never played 1st edition, so I can't be a judge of that.
I don't know. That 1 versus all is so cool.
Yeah. So I was scouting the area for when I do the math trade tomorrow morning, see if there's an elevator because I have a wagon full of games to sell. So I didn't want to take that up the escalator.
Did you actually participate in the math trade or just sell stuff?
I got a ticket, so I'll have a booth more or less, but I just sold. I went on sold games and bought games for people. So we're meeting up there. It's just easier to meet there. Yeah. And some people couldn't do that. So I met them whenever we could meet up. It's pretty easy to meet up people, and people are always nice so far that I've dealt with. I mean, everybody's so friendly, and that's usually Origins. I think I've never really met too many people that weren't friendly here, and that's the case. I mean, I think
that's just the board gaming crowd in general.
I think so. Yeah, because I mean, the lady at the hotel front desk, she's like, "We just love it when Origins is here because everybody's so friendly." So I guess that's a good thing about us because we're all just so nice. I guess.
I mean,
can't speak for everybody, but
here's what I'll say: barring Spiel, the Essen, Spiel show, there's a lot of vendors at Gen Con who will leave stuff out and it doesn't get stolen. Let's just put that into concept right now. Like the fact that you don't have to keep your product locked up because the theft. I mean, it does happen, right? But the amount that theft happens at game shows, like board gaming shows, is so low. It's wild in comparison to like trade shows of other types of like a Comic-Con or something, or, anything else. It's crazy. And that tells you a lot.
I feel like I could accidentally leave my backpack like on a chair in the hallway, go play a game for 2 hours, come back and it'd still be there.
Yeah, or if it's not, it was turned into lost and found. Right.
Let's list the board game celebrities I've seen. I haven't talked to them, but I've seen them. Like Tom Vassel's here running around. Sam Healy, Jason Levine is working one of the booths. I'm name dropping here. The Board Game Co. guy, I can't remember his name. Saw him. I saw Rodney
Smith.
Watch It Played. Yeah. I think that's all I've seen. But they're wandering around here more than last year. You didn't really see many of the so-called YouTube board game celebrities.
Yeah, most of the Dice Tower stopped attending Origins for a little bit, and then a couple of them come. But they don't have a Dice Tower booth this year, right?
No, but they have Tom Vassell listed in the book as a special guest or something. Or I guess he'll be sitting at one of the tables, like where they have they have like a guy who played Doctor Who from the 80s here, which I never watched it back then, so I don't know who he is, but I think he's with the people, the board game designers that they have here that you can talk to and stuff. I think he's going to be part of that. That's over in the main hall, I think, is what I recall. But yeah,
well, let's run through the other games that you played, and I got some other questions for you.
Yesterday was my best game or best day. I did Kathmandu by Queen Games. If you've ever played, I can't remember the name, if it's Race or Road to El Dorado.
Okay.
It's a race game where you got different boards are kind of set up off center of each other.
And you're racing. Where you're racing the ships?
No, you're an explorer and race to El Dorado. And you're going through the jungles or different terrain types, and you're trying to give you different things, and you have to get to each board. This is similar, just your yaks or something like that, and you're trying to race to Kathmandu. You don't have to go there to win, and you could go along the way and pick up things to give you points, set collections of things in a city, you buy stuff, or you can collect cards, you do paintings, but you have to have the items. And what you do is you roll 6 dice, and 5 of them are a certain color, and those are the same color as the token. So you roll the dice, you pick which one you want to use to move your yak, and he has to move one direction straight. You can't turn after you stopped and take the next turn. So if he rolls 6 and you run him off the board, you're going to take a penalty. You're going to take an exhaustion token. So you want to make it but whatever color you get, that's the color token you get. And that's like a gold coin can be used somewhere else to buy items.
Are you saying this is similar, or this ain't like a re-implementation? Right?
No, it's similar. It's just the same mechanics of racing, because you're racing your yaks and you're trying to get over to the farthest, because there is a mechanic where after each round, you turn over there's 6 rounds, and you turn over at the end of the round, you turn over a disc, and it says if it's a storm or a clear day. And if you're on the tile that the storm moves into, you get an exhaustion token. So it could hurt you. And so you're racing, and you can, it depends on, there's cards out here that show paintings, but it's the background is where you end up, what terrain type you're in, like grassland, desert, rocky, stuff like that. You can buy if you have a painting token, you can buy that painting. And that one's I don't want to get too detailed on that, but that one's the weirdest scoring part there. You're not going to score too many off those, but then there's also, you can buy tools to help you along to allow you to break the rules. And you have a toolbox for that, or a bag that allows you to buy tools and stuff. Like one lets you turn during your move. So that breaks that rule where you have to go straight. Yeah. There's, very other minor rules. I won't get into it too much, but it was actually pretty fun. I didn't know about
newer, or
I thought it was newer. I think it is either. It's definitely not this year. Just like as Kathmadu.
Oh, Kathmandu. Okay.
Kathmandu.
Whatever.
That's how it's pronounced.
2024.
Then I got to play Endeavor Deep Sea, which I've played Endeavor Full Sail or Age of Sail.
Yeah.
It was really fun. But I own Deep Sea, but I've never played, and I wanted to learn it. So we went over there, and it was extremely fun. You're in submarines, and you're trying to explore the ocean. And it's track based. So you're moving cubes over to make your submarine more powerful and your actions more powerful. So you're trying to bump those up while gathering stuff to give you points. And you got quest to fulfill, like put disc as you got a radar action where you scan and you can pull out new, because you're building the board as you go, and it builds from the top down. And it's a 5x5 grid is what you're going to end up making if you explore all the tiles, which we didn't.
If you've played Endeavor, is it similar, or is it nothing the same?
It's just similar.
The name. Oh, okay.
It's similar, but it's different enough, because you're not exploring. The board's already out there for Endeavor, if I recall correctly. It's been a while.
It's been a while for
last year.
Oh, geez, man. I probably haven't played it in like 3 years.
I remember we had a blast with them laughing at it. But this is really fun, and I highly recommend it if you can. It's medium weight. You can play solo. So if you do solo, you can do solo on Deep Sea. You can't do solo on Age of Sail. Every round, you're pulling, I think it's 6 rounds in this one too. And you're pulling new people to do work for you. So you're using disc you have your people, and that's how you do stuff. You put disc on them, and then at the end of the game, you're trying to get it where you pull the disc off to do more actions. and that's your action selection with these more or less the submarine workers. And so you can go out and dive and get fish and stuff like that. You're limited to how far you can go depending on how far your track is for how, I guess, the speed of the submarine. And then you can go dive outside the submarine in your dive suit and get stuff if there's a token there to get. And that's dependent on that. You can have your people jump ahead of you and grab all the tokens. So if you go there, you couldn't do that action because there's nothing there, which that's the chance you take. I mean, but the game allows you to focus on one thing and not focus on something else and it not hurt you that bad. So
that's good.
There's no one winning strategy.
That's what I was going to say. I don't like it when it kind of forces you into a couple of things. Right.
So it's versatile and so all those are random. So it's not going to be the same game every time. I mean, obviously the mechanics and everything will be the same and the people you can hire are the same, but the board itself can be random. And each tile has something different on it. So it's very, replayability value is pretty high on that one. And I think they just launched a Kickstarter for the expansion for that one. So that's out right now. And that is, what is the name of the company that makes that? It just left my mind. Grand Gamers Guild.
Yeah, Grand Gamers Guild. Yeah.
Which I found out was named because they're in Grand Rapids. So I learn something every day.
Fair enough.
The final game I played yesterday was another great one. I've been playing on BGA, but I didn't really know how to play it that well. That's my issue. I can't really learn games on BGA that well. It's the Guest of Robin Hood. It's a GMT, like an introductory, they call it like an introductory coin game, COIN. I don't remember and what you're doing is it's a 2-player game and one person plays Robin Hood and one person plays the Sheriff of Nottingham.
You're saying guest or quest?
GEST. They were saying that's how it's pronounced. I don't know what that means.
A jest of Robin Hood?
That's what I kept saying, but I think the people said guest, the guy teaching.
Interesting.
And the funny thing on that is just a side story on that. That was booked for 4 people had tickets for that game. And they set up 2 boards. I was the only one to show up. So I ended up playing the teacher, which is fine because I just wanted to learn. It was a fun game. And what you're trying to do, it's a tug of war game where you're trying to, if you're Robin Hood, you're wanting the token to go up to justice, raise your justice to, Robin Hood's the just cause. Or you want, now I've lost the word for it. Sheriff Nottingham, you want order. That's what it is, order. You want order if you're, and there's 3, there's event cards that come out every time. And the deck is set up just right. It's a pre-made deck. It tells you how to build it in the rule book. And there's 2 spots where with this card comes up, then you go down what's called a King's inspection. And it goes down certain steps. And I'm saying that because it tells you how the end game, that could trigger the end game. If your Robin Hood and Justice is up high enough in certain spots, and you get to that point in the King's inspection, you win the game automatically. And vice versa with Sheriff of Nottingham. It's down below, way down in the order section, far like 5, 6, 7, you'll win automatically when you get to that spot in the King's inspection. So you're trying to work it to get it that way. But if you make it through all 3 rounds, whoever's furthest on what side of the track it is, that's who wins. So there's 2 ways to automatically win, or you can win at the end of the game. And I luckily, he wasn't paying attention, I think. And I ended up winning automatically. I had it up in justice because I was Robin Hood.
He's like, I need to end this quick.
No, he was trying to play. He got distracted because he was trying to teach other people, and they quit after a while. They stopped playing. It was a father-son. No, I think the son was a little too young for the game because it's a harder game he was like 9 years old. And it's like, that might be a little too young for this game. And I think his dad said he was getting bored, but the dad ended up accidentally shuffling that pre-made deck. Well, that ruined the game.
Oh, yeah.
You can't. So he didn't realize it. Yeah, he's like, well, he's getting tired of it anyway. So they left. So then my teacher guy could focus on me. But I told him, I was like, that's not going to move it down far enough. If the King's inspection comes out, you're going to lose. And he wasn't paying attention.
Real quick, a jest means a joke or tale. So it translates to a tale of Robin Hood, but it is pronounced jest.
Jest. That's what I was wondering. I always said jest.
We have learned something on this podcast.
But so you're trying to put up Robin Hood, and they're hidden most of the time. Robin Hood and the Merry Men. So the Sheriff of Nottingham a lot of times won't know which one is Robin Hood.
Mm.
But there would be actions I need to reveal them to be able to do stuff. Like I'm trying to rob stuff just like Robin Hood does, and he's trying to get carriages, and I'm trying to turn areas into revolting against him. He's trying to make them all submissive, the areas and stuff like that. So it's a battle. You're going around trying, and it's dice rolling, and dice usually hate me. And they did this time because -1, you usually always lose whatever you're trying to do. Robin Hood's robbing, and it's like they pull out a card, and it shows you the power. So you're trying to beat that power. And it's like, well, the only way you're going to lose is if you roll that -1. And there I roll a -1. And it's 2 out of the 6 die. It's a 6-sided die, and 2 of them are -1. So it's like, you got to play your odds. And then you can determine there's on those travelers, they're called, there's an easy one. So if you lose, it just discards the card. But if you can try to get for more loot as Robin Hood, but if you fail, it's worse for you.
Mm.
So the bad things could happen to you. So you got to know your risk of it's kind of gambling. And the Sheriff of Nottingham's he's just trying to get these carriages in so he can bring in more money and get more henchmen out there to defeat Robin Hood. So it's a really fun game. I put in, they have a raffle for it, so I put off buying it to see if I win it Sunday.
That's a good idea. Why not?
Yeah. So I mean, you can wait.
Buying stuff though. I saw. So you texted a picture to us, like your I guess mid con haul.
Yes.
And I saw that you had Grand Central Skyport.
Yes.
That you almost spoiled all the info before we started this. So I'm interested. I mean, that sounds. I didn't know there was a deluxe version, and that was on my. If anybody listened to the preview episode we did for Origins, that was on James and my list. Yes. And I'm excited about the deluxe.
Deluxe it's got plastic tokens, which I was looking at.
For the airships?
No, I don't know what these are. These like big, gigantic plastic disc.
Oh, okay.
They're ones where they don't tell you to, but there's like a plastic film in it that you have to pull off. They usually tell you, play until it gets ratty and then take it off. But I don't.
You know what? I did see those in some of the pictures when I was looking at the preview to study up on the game. So maybe I have seen some of the deluxe components, and maybe I'll just assume they were normal, like included with the game. But
he did. That's the reason I almost didn't buy it, because I was like, I don't know about this. And then he's like, the deluxe version, you can only buy it here. We're not doing it retail. So I was like, being the sucker I am for this stuff, I had to buy it. And like the balloons are plastic, nice, heavy, medium heavy plastic balloons with clouds under them for each color.
What are they normally? Like
I think
cardboard
they're like
standees?
Either cardboard or acrylic standees.
Oh, okay.
But I don't remember how to play this. We talked about it in that. So I don't know. There are acrylics, but they have.
I was looking at some of the pictures.
On them.
The acrylics are nice.
Yeah,
it's almost like they're, if you don't want to paint, you might as well just go with the acrylics.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like the acrylics. They're actually probably are prettier than try and look at them. Yeah, these are. Yeah, so I guess you get both, but the acrylics have the city name on them. If you can see that in that, the plastic ones don't have that name on it. So,
man, what a weird.
Wasn't that the starting location? I
Probably.
It's been a while. I just take them out and undo everything. Don't even read the rules yet. I haven't had time to actually read the rules to this yet. So I'm excited to get home and look at this stuff. I'm trying to think. Well, on my list, I got most of everything I was interested in because
I'm assuming you've gotten more since that. Well, real quick, go over the things that you've done. And I got some more questions just to make everybody jealous of Origins.
Well, today I had the 2 worst games I played. I did do I did Helsinki, play to win, and I lost, and I wasn't sad. It's like a slightly different version of Copenhagen by the Queen Games. Mm-hmm. This was last year also put out. It was okay. I'd give it a 6 out of 10, but it wasn't good enough for me to buy it. If I want it, great. Actually, another friend of mine won it. It was just me and him, and he won. He beat me. It's more Copenhagen. You're building from bottom up with the polyominoes.
Yeah.
This one, it depends on your worker. It comes from it's a square board, and there's different colored buildings. So wherever your guy is when you play your cards, that's where it does a Tetris move. Like it comes from there and moves all the way over to till it can stop. And so you're trying to get columns and rows completed with buildings in them, and that's how you score. It's very basic. It was good. I don't know if I want to go over too many things that I really hated because I don't know if they'll.
I mean, not every game hits with everybody, so it's all good. We're just for full disclosure, we're really good friends with all the Queen games.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's not many that actually work directly for Queen games, but we're friends with Travis and all the volunteers basically. So, yes. But we aren't shy. I mean, I'm not gonna. It's not like.
Let me talk about one I really had fun this morning. First, I forgot this. Sure. Thunder Road Vendetta. Have you ever played that, Tim?
I have not, but I've seen a lot of pictures and videos and reviews and everything. People love that game.
I had played it before, but I wanted to play it again. I saw it had an event, and I own it. And it's a Mad Max racing game, more or less. So you get 3 vehicles, and large, medium, and small. And you start out with you have 4 dice you roll, and you could place a die on which car to make it move per round, and you use 1 die to do a special effect. And so you get out there and you put out your cars out there, and these poor people, they started out just thinking it was a race game, and I had to educate them. Yes, it was a race game, but you also have to try to kill everybody else. And so I immediately, my first car I put out there, you can jump on somebody, and then you roll these 2 dice to see if the top car or the bottom car and what direction they go flying. So you hit them and they go flying, and they could run into somebody else, and the process starts all over again. You roll the dice again, see which car gets thrown off. You can eventually this happen later in the game. You get thrown off the board and that car gets destroyed, or you can get thrown into a boulder and get destroyed and the car's out. Then, so you're racing like that. And later, after the first round, you can start shooting the people right in front of you. So you roll a die to try to hit them with a bullet, give them a damage. When a car gets 2 damage, it gets disabled. You can heal it, but you can't move it until you heal it.
Yeah.
You have to use one of the special abilities to do that. You have to have a 6 die. It's a 6-sided dice is what you roll. So you have to have a die with a 6 on it to be able to heal a car. And then you can also throw out a helicopter, and you put out a helicopter out there. You put it right in an empty space. You usually put it right behind a car you want, a person you're wanting to shoot. They shoot that car. But if a car ends up below a helicopter, it gets out of the game automatically. It gets destroyed. Because I guess the guy even your own. So if it's your helicopter and you get thrown under it, you end your turn under it. You can go past it. You get destroyed. So I guess the helicopter people are just dumb. They just shoot whatever is near them. But it's one of those fun. You got to have the right crowd. Just people laugh about it because it's just goofy fun. I highly recommend it. And you either win by hitting the finish line or being the last car standing, I guess, and destroying everybody else. And then, so after they saw me do that and just the chain reaction it created, the first time I jumped on them, they all started doing it. They all enjoyed it and started.
Like, I see what to do now.
Yeah. They realized like, oh, this is what you do. And so it was just fun. And if you jump on somebody and then you roll those dice, if one car is bigger than the other one, they get to decide if you re-roll that dice or not. So if it's something that's going to hurt them and they're bigger, they say, well, re-roll that. But then you got to take what it gives you, which again, it could throw you in a bad place or it could throw you ahead. And there's hazards on there like oil slicks and mud pits and stuff. But it's just what my friends call dumb fun. And it's just, it's just really, if you like racing games like that.
It's not going to be your Euro replacement, but.
Right. It's not like Formula D or where you're strategizing too much and heat or anything like that. It's not a big strategy game. It's just go out there and have fun. And that's what it was. I mean, we all laughed, and I was afraid the one guy that got eliminated altogether. When you get all 3 of your cars damaged, you're out of the game, which doesn't happen soon. So you're in there for a while. We played for an hour and a half, I think, and before the first guy got eliminated. And when that happens, the finish line comes out. When the first player gets totally eliminated from the game, the finish line comes out.
Oh, so, that's a pretty cool rule. I like that.
So we didn't add, because if you can add more boards to the track if you keep going, but we didn't get far enough to add boards before the finish line came out. But again, like I said, it's just, if you like laughing and just, you have to have the right kind. You got to go into
beer
it
and
knowing,
pretzel games is what they call it. Yeah.
You got to go in it knowing that you might get eliminated or destroyed, or people are attacking you. Don't take it personally. Just have fun with it. And it's one of those games. If you go into it knowing that's what it is, it's just real fun.
Well, I'm going to ask you some other questions though, more focused on Origins to make people jealous, since it's halfway over at this point. I mean, if you don't count Wednesday, sadly, then you have Thursday and Friday as far as the dealer hall and stuff like that. So how's the vendor and dealer hall been treating you?
Oh, really good. I mean, it's not too bad, not too packed. And it's just, everybody's so happy to show you the game, teach you. I've only had one game that none of the people knew how to play, Solstice. I was like, because I played it on BGA. I don't know if you remember that. I don't remember who off the top of my head who it's by. Is it Hachette?
I'm not sure.
It's so I was like, well, can you show me this game? He's like, yeah. And then he's like, well, I don't know the rules. And he's like,
no one at the booth knew it.
Yeah, he asked everybody, and and this lady kind of gave us, she's like, I think I kind of know it. It's like, that's kind of odd.
And it was on display?
Yeah. They had
it. All right.
Yeah, they had it on a table set up.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So me and my friend were like, I was like, I've played it. I think it's on BGA and I didn't like it there, but there's many times I've played a game on BGA, hated it, and played it in real life and loved it. So that's why I'm like, well, at least teach me, see. But the cards are very tiny. Like, it's almost like a bubblegum sized cards. And you got to make sets, I think is what it was. She had a hard time telling. I just couldn't figure out how to get the cards, how you play it. And she really couldn't tell me. So I just went on with my life. But overall, though, everybody's been friendly. I mean, there's been a few that talked me into games by showing me. One of them was going to be a honorable mention, but I forgot to do it in that episode, was the Yellow House. And it's a card shedding game. And it kind of /type trick taking. So I'm not a big trick taker, but there's some I like. So I was like, I don't know. But then the guy showed me. I was like, oh, this is pretty fun, because what you're doing is you're playing cards, and there's 4 different colors. And you just play one card, and the power of the colors, how far that color's disc is up on the board. It goes 1 through 8.
Yeah.
And in the regular base game, you're not going to get up to 8. You'll be lucky to get 6 power per round of these. And it all resets every round. So you can't play the same color that was played previously. So there's 4 colors. So there's always going to at max be 4 cards that play. But you're trying to get rid of all the cards in your hand. You win the round by getting rid of your cards in your hand. It's a card shedder. But what you're doing is you got to make the cards powerful to be able to beat the previous one. And it's a really light game. It's called Yellow House, and it's Van Gogh and whoever rival painter that he had back then.
So was it in your honorable mention because you had no interest in
more the theme? It was an honorable mention that it was because I liked the theme, but I was afraid it was more trick takery than it is. If that's a word? I thought it was a straight up trick taker, but there's more to it than that.
Huh.
So it's a card shedding game. So you're trying to get rid of your hand, and so you go 5 rounds, or whoever gets to 3. If they win 3 rounds of different cards, you win, or you get 2 of the same cards. And it's the last card you play. That's your card you win to win the round. So you have your win. So the cards actually go down. The number of cards in the deck go down per round by 1 because you kept 1. And there's a lot more detail to it, but it is actually pretty fun. He won me over by showing me. So that's my problem. Last year I didn't really talk to the people that much. So this year I said I was going to.
Oh man,
so,
you get sucked in by those sales calls.
But he did really well. That was 25th Century Games, I think is what that one is.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good 25th Century games. Did you see Sand Art? Did they have it?
Yes, I saw that. Didn't buy it.
Oh, what? You didn't buy it?
I don't like the coloring thing.
Fair enough.
Because I did that with Blueprints and Bag King Ludwig, and I wasn't
like a demo.
Impressed, so yeah, I think so. I didn't.
All right. Well, fair enough. What about, one of my favorite things about Origins is I feel like there are more booths that have deals than at Gen Con. Like Gen Con has a few that have deals, but there's a lot of vendors selling new stuff. And at Origins, I always feel like I ran into just booths selling games for the cheap. I mean, you were mentioning something about Miniature Market selling Folklore for $8 or $9. Yes. I mean, did they have other stuff that was anything else of interest?
That was the best deal I saw.
Like at Miniature Market or just everywhere?
Yes, Miniature Market.
Oh, okay.
They didn't really have, they had their normal stuff. When I go through like Miniature Market, if that's there, I just glance and see if there's something I don't have or I'm interested in. But beyond that, I ignore what they have.
Oh, fair enough.
Like, okay. I got that. I don't want that. So I just zoom through there real quick. And
they usually have like a ton of sleeves, $1 a piece and all that stuff.
Right. I wouldn't even known that Folklore Affliction was $9 unless my friend, he was looking at it. And the guy next to him was like, oh, it's $9. Like, oh yeah. Cause it was on the floor. And
is it the standee version?
I don't know.
Cause there are two versions of the game. One that comes with a ton of miniatures. That was like the first edition, I think. Then they re-released it with just standees.
It must be. It's probably,
or maybe it was like a Kickstarter thing, but
it sold out quick. He said there was at least 4 piles of 8. So I guess that's 32 and they were already gone by today.
Oh, wow.
So the first day they sold out.
It's a good game. It's a really good game.
I didn't know if people knew enough about that to, buy it that quickly.
It's my, most viewed video review on the Dice Tower. So
yeah,
I like it.
There was, they would give a lot of times you get bundles. So it's cheaper if you buy, and they're always including promo packs and stuff like that. If you buy a game, Capstone, I think is giving you 3 small games. I don't remember what they were. If you bought just $10 worth of something, and they said she was comparing it to how it worked, like the Century Spice Road games are. You can play them separate, but you can also put them together.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like that when I looked at and then she was like, each game is only like a certain number of cards. I think she said 9 and a certain number of cubes. And that's it. There was like they're really tiny games.
Like little micro games that all work together.
I think so. I almost bought some expansions to Wandering Towers just to get them, but I forgot. I haven't been back there yet. I assume they probably still have that. So I might check it out tomorrow. Cause today I could barely eat today. My schedule was so packed with events. I mean, I was going for. So
yeah, what kind of events or mine is events where you play game. Okay, so all your events are just game plays.
I don't. They do like you can craft a foam sword or a foam shield, but I'm a little old for that. I mean, but
I'm going to be doing it Gen Con.
But you got your kids with you.
Yeah.
But I mean, no offense. If people do want to do that anyway, that's whatever you want, but it doesn't interest me. So
yeah, right.
I'm fine with that because it is cool because I think they fight too with them or something. It's pretty cool. They have a little area where they fight with them after they build them, which that looked like fun, but I never did it because I'm always trying to play games I want to play or new games and stuff.
One of the things I liked about Origins, I don't think they have it at Gen Con, or maybe they do, but I'm not aware. They have this free painting area where you can just go and paint a miniature.
I feel like there is, but I don't know.
Yeah, you've probably seen it, but you're not aware of it. If you see like a big like section that it's roped off and you can walk in and you see a bunch of people painting, it is free. At least in the past it was. Reaper Miniatures, I think, usually donates a lot of miniatures to it, and other companies like Army Painter and stuff donate the paints, and you can sit down, you paint a miniature, and you're done. Sierra and I did it when we went, and I mean, I paint miniatures anyway, but I painted, I don't know what I painted, like a bee or something, and she painted this little goblin, if I remember correctly. But I mean, it's cool if you've never done it and you ever wanted to try out painting a miniature. Everything is provided. I mean, they give you the paintbrush, obviously the only thing you keep in the end is the miniature, but they give you all the paint supplies and stuff to paint it. So if you see it, you got like 45 minutes or an hour, try it out. But I mean, it's better with a friend though, I will say.
You remind me, I don't know if Gen Con does this, but there's groups like sections for a certain group, like the train people, we call them. I forget what they call themselves.
The 18xx's or whatever it is. 19x.
But any type of train game. They have any like Ticket to Ride will be there. The tables for that are on the underground. I played last year with them, and that was the one I didn't know was a tournament, and because I just wanted to play on the underground, and it turned out to be a tournament. I got second, and that actually put me in the finals. I didn't win because they were too good. They played it many times, but they're the friendliest people, and I got some kind of sticker like to be because I'm part of the train group people now, so I felt like I was a part of a group.
You're initiate.
Yeah. And the Jest of Robin Hood was with the Armchair Dragoons. I don't know really their story. I tried to figure it out. Like, were they a bunch of D&D people that just formed this group? I don't know.
Huh.
But they do more like war games, I guess, not D&D. They were more war games, like, because like I said, Jest of Robin Hood's a coin
games, right?
Yeah. And so I mean,
like again, the Command and Color series and stuff.
Yeah, and usually all these people are always friendly. Yeah, they're always like wanting to get more people with them and stuff. They're always glad to have you there. And there's the section with the miniatures and they had these fancy sets like buildings and stuff and roads like 3D. They've got it all built up, painted. It's just amazing, and it makes you want to play because it's like, oh, this would be amazing. But I would have no idea how to play those things where you have to do line of sight and shoot each other.
I used to play War Machine from 2003, like when it was in basically beta to some degree. It was like one sheet rules. It was crazy. And I played it all the way till probably 2015. And then I played it until 2015, but I got into board games in 2011, and it just slowly ticked off as I kept doing more board games. But man, when I went to Gen Con in between all that, sometimes I would go and I would play War Machine for 3 of the 4 days, you know, just War Machine all day long, like 14 hours. It was exhausting. And I don't know, it's really cool and it's neat, but at the same time you lose out on a lot of the convention if you're into other things. If you only play that game and you go, or like you play Magic the Gathering and you go and only play Magic, that's probably fine. But if you're into board games and you're into the other stuff, you do feel like you waste a lot of time doing one thing the whole show.
And there's a lot of people that do RPGs here too, Dungeons and Dragons, other type of RPGs. I don't know where they are. I've never seen them. I think they're in a different area with a bunch of rooms. I mean, because I mean, if you're into that, I mean, I think there's pretty much something for everybody. Even like really simple games for kids and everything. I mean, it's pretty diverse, and I mean, you could find a group for most anything here, even painting probably. And they like in the vendor hall, they do have an aisle for just artists to sell and show their work. And some of these people are amazing, and I can't afford that art. But I mean, a friend of mine was talking about how this one guy had etching and stuff. It was just elaborate, and just he was etching on metal. It was so beautiful, and his daughter's an artist, so he's like sending pictures showing what these people were doing and stuff. But
yeah, you'd be surprised how many like arts and crafts related events they have just by like when you browse the event catalog. They have all kinds of stuff, man, from making stuff to art classes, just poetry, like almost like open mic night type stuff. We've been one of the years we went, we had like stand-up comedians. I think they had like 4 of them or so, but
yeah, they have that this year.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because I'm going to see Haywood Banks tomorrow night.
Nice.
If you know who Haywood Banks is.
I do not.
Oh, he was on Bob and Tom a lot. Back, if you know who Bob and Tom is.
Is he part of the show, or is that like part of something that's not Origins related? It's just there.
That's part of the show. I signed up for it. It was free. Event ticket.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Real quick, we are going to keep this one a little bit shorter. But what else you want to mention? Like highlights of the show? Anything that's stands out that's not like a board game?
Or highlight of my day today. I'll just talk about this because I went out of my comfort zone and did a prototype game. Signed up for that called Primacy.
Oh, okay. Well, say it again. I talked
Primacy.
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 Okay.
And it's not even out yet. It's prototype. The guy was friendly. He's Spielcraft Games. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah.
They did the Crustaceous Rails.
It's Alex, right?
Yes. Alex Wade.
Yep.
Yeah. Really nice guy.
I've met him a few times and he's been on the podcast.
Oh, okay. So yes. And he was it was four of us, him included. He played us, and it's kind of a dudes on the map, and you're skirmishing. But even if you lose the skirmish, you get stuff, so it was nice too. But it's like a dystopian, like a Blade Runner type universe looking thing. Well, the artwork, because he's again prototype. Some of the characters like from Fate of the Elder Gods and stuff he spray painted, which again prototype. So I was like, get on my, since it's a game I never heard of, I was like, it looked kind of interesting. I'll sign up for it, and it actually was really good. It's coming out to kick. I don't know if GameFound or Kickstarter crowdfunding next year. So it's not even, he had, and I asked him a lot. It gave me, I had a lot of questions about this kind of stuff. I was like asking him how he did the artwork. Did he have to hire somebody? Did he do it himself? All the logistics. It was kind of interesting. So I probably made it run a little longer, because then some of the other people were asking questions like that too, because it's interesting. But it was actually really fun. And it's hidden battle. So you have weapons and you hide. There's certain power, and I don't want to go too deep in that, but there's 3 different columns you put them in, and so but it's hidden screen when you're battling somebody. If you go into the territory they're in, it's an automatic battle. And so one person's going to be eliminated from that area every battle, but they will be able to get some, like a new weapon for losing the battle. So there's always a positive. You might want to lose a battle sometimes to get weapons or upgrade your weapons.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good thing. And there's also you're trying to make your other things you can do more powerful. And the only scoring is in-game scoring cards. So that's your goal, is to get more of those in-game scoring cards, because that's the only scoring in the whole game. And you're trying to meet certain criteria. You're trying to be the first. There's ways you power up. I forget what he called them. If you had the most of those amongst all the 4 people, and you had that card, you get like 5 points, stuff like that. So, but if you were tied, you get so many points. If you just have this card and you're not first, you get 1 point. So you're always scoring points, but you're trying to. I actually had a very diverse hand of those cards. But it was pretty fun. I mean, I highly recommend looking into it when it comes into crowdfunding next year. I don't know when. He didn't know when. He said he's still working all that out. And like I said, he was just using generic meeples, little houses that look like from Kingdom Builder. And I mean, again, it's a prototype, so it didn't surprise me. I wasn't.
Dude, I will say, did you ever play his first games, For Glory? It's a deck building arena combat game like Spartacus.
We played it or not. We might have played it. I think
we did. Yeah. They came out with that. That was a 2-player game, but the expansion increased it to 4. And then Crustaceous Rails, both of them have knocked it out the park. So if he does really good with this, man, that's like 3 in a row. That's going to be awesome. I'm glad to see Crustaceous Rails doing really good. It's got super good reviews right now.
Yeah. And he said they didn't have any for sale in the con. He had pre-sold, I guess, beforehand, so he had sold out before he got here.
I wonder if he's going to have some at Gen Con.
Yeah, no, I think September.
Oh, okay.
So it's after Gen Con is what he said. He's like, definitely for Essen.
Man, you're going to have to tell. Did you tell him you're on MeepleCore?
No.
If you run into him again, tell him. I bet he'll remember, because he came on and everything. Like it was a good time. It's been 3 or 4 years now, but
you need to give me a shirt so I could advertise.
There you go.
But yeah, he's really friendly. I mean, I highly recommend looking into it. He's already had the artwork, the box cover artwork, so that's already done. It looks like a computer generated face, like a Big Brother over a dystopian city with a car and stuff on it. So yeah, I'd look for it. It's worth checking out. And it might be delivered end of next year or 2027. But on BGG it says 2026, but you never know on that.
All right. What else you got?
That's the highlights. I got, like I said, most of my want list. I think even George talked me into getting Ovation, buying that, and I was happy to get Conservus or with that solo bag builder.
That's why you got Big Sur and
yeah. I'm hoping my wife likes that, because that reminds me of that Santa Monica game. Yeah. That's really fun. You're building the path, the road. Yeah, I got Big Sur. Lure. You talked me into getting Lure. I think
that's
you
right.
talked about it.
That's right. Did you get the expansion for it too?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like auto include.
All play games are always mostly a hit in our house, so I was like, I'll try that. I mean, if not, I can sell it later.
I will say, it's probably not great at 2 players. Like when you play it with 3 or more, you're going to really see it shine. It'll probably be fine at 2, but the more the merrier for that one.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'll probably mainly play it at 2, but I'll be fine. I'll try to play it with some other people.
Yeah. You'll quickly see what I mean by that, because it's like playing an auctioning game with 2 people. You know what I mean? Like it's not an auctioning game, but it's a similar thing.
Trying to think of, I got some expansions for like Acropolis. Sorry.
Oh, and,
stuff like
that. I sold that. And then I saw
like Acropolis.
I thought it was fun
and fast.
Yeah, but we played it. Sierra and I played it probably like 30 times or something. We played it a lot, and it's just like 2 different scoring options. And so, had I known they would come out with an expansion, which I should have just assumed they would, I probably would have kept it. But all right. Well, anything else any final thoughts real quick? I mean, obviously we're going to go over more of the Origins on the next episode, but I want to get this one up while the show's going on, while we have boots on the ground there, so to speak. But anything you want to part with today?
Yeah, tired but having fun. I mean, this is my only big con I go to so far. And it's my favorite con. I usually do just local cons. I've been with you a bunch of times around the area.
Yeah.
And, but this is, I mean, I don't think I'd like Gen Con because it sounds too crowded and packed, and I'd spend thousands and thousands of dollars.
I mean, that part's true.
Yeah. And I don't know if I need to do that. That's the only bad part about Origins is the new games aren't really there's some new games being released, but not like Gen Con or Essen.
It's so close to Gen Con, they wait, or if they don't wait, they came out before Origins anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I heard it before 2020, it was more, they did release a bunch in Origins, but it's a gaming con, and that's right up my alley. And playing more because it allows me
best of both worlds.
Yeah. It allows me to test games I've not normally played and say, well, do I want this or not? And it gives me an idea. So it's right in my wheelhouse, and I was excited for it to be here. It came way too quick, so now it'll be gone way too quick.
Yeah.
It'll be
a whole year.
Yeah. So, and I'm probably going to be back next year. I said I wasn't, but I think I am. So
I really should be there next year. So yeah, now that my schedule and stuff has changed, but
all right, I think not too crowded or anything.
Yeah. No, you're fine. I think we're going to wrap this one up, but keep note of what you do on Saturday and Sunday, and we will revisit this in the next episode. But thanks for filling us in. Hopefully those of you listening to this podcast get jealous. And Origins is a great convention. I really like it. I've probably been about 9 times or so. I just haven't been the past 2. So I'm looking forward to finally getting to go back to it. Yeah, you good?
Yep.
All right, cool. We want to thank you for tuning in to episode 149 of the MeepleCore Gaming Podcast. This episode was recorded during Origins on June 20th, 2025. Please send comments and questions to meeplecore@gmail.com. Follow MeepleCore on your favorite social media platforms, and check out the video versions of the show on YouTube. Until next time, this is Tim Jennette, the Middle Meeple.
And James Fitzgerald.
Keep on rocking and rolling dice.